Hello friends, welcome back. And today I'm going to be basically giving you a rundown and tips of how to consciously parent our new generations of children, starting with Gen Z, Pluto, Sagittarius. And they were born from 1995 to 2008. The basic mission of this generation is to bring together all the differing faiths of the world, to break down the boundaries of color, of creed, of religion, and to find the common thread in all, the bigger picture, and to unite, right? And so when we see this generation, we see, because a lot of them are a lot older already in their teens, and so they are the free spirits. They don't want to be in one place. They get bored very easily. A lot of them may be diagnosed with ADHD, and that could just be because of their restless spirit. They're risk takers, right? And a lot of them are now activists in the world, and they are fighting for lots of different causes. They are the generation that really does embrace all other people, and they're taking advantage of their optimism and their idealism in order to push forward and to bring hope as well to the earth right now and to humanity. Sagittarius is a very jovial sign, and so they do have a realm of them that everything's going to be okay no matter how bad it looks. They're able to kind of shake that off and adapt, right? Sagittarius is also an adaptable sign. So this generation really has adapted to their circumstances, and they continue to go, and you'll see them bounce around from jobs, for example. So if you have a child that is Pluto Sag, don't be upset at them for bouncing around from job to job. They're only loyal to their own beliefs. They're only loyal to the truth that they feel is the truth until they find another truth to express. And so they're going to be very much determined to live their lifestyle in that way. You'll see them switch lifestyles very often. For example, if they start to learn about sustainability and veganism, you'll see that they'll be easily swayed to switch into that kind of direction, which some of the downfalls of this generation is that since the Sagittarius energy is much more intuitive versus logical, they tend to be susceptible to different propaganda, different ideas thrown out there, and all of the information that is given to all of us, especially through social media, right? So they have a tendency to very easily take that in and get very driven and fired up in that direction, and they kind of have to go through the trial and error of what the truth is. And all of these generations, they don't start to truly change the world until they enter their Saturn return, which is around 28 years old, and then pushing 30s, right? So we'll see as they get to that age that they're the ones bringing us this big picture truth. What is the truth about culture? What is the truth about differences and what we're seeing on the planet and the issues that we're facing? What is the truth about it? And that you're going to see that they're going to go through these different stages, and these stages are going to be big, and whether themselves, but also just the whole collective coming together to believe in something. And then they'll realize later down the line that beliefs change, that the truth isn't black and white, that the truth isn't fixated, and they'll start to come more into the truth, into that bigger picture, and bring us more perspectives, bring us more understandings of what that bigger picture really looks like for us. How are we supposed to interact with each other? How are we supposed to love each other, and how do we really break those boundaries and live as one big giant family on the planet, right? That's really what they're here to do. So once again, how do we help them? We bring them facts, right? You don't want to shove facts down their throat, but you always want to give them information that you know to be true, and that is also subjective, but you want to basically play a little devil's advocate with them. Always help them think about the other side, especially when they get so involved in something. Don't be upset if they are changing direction and changing jobs, and let them be free. Let them travel the world, even though it's scary and they want to take those big risks. Don't hold them on a leash, because you're going to create a child that is so itching to get out there that they might put themselves in harm's way. So you want to give them a long leash very early, right? So then we can go on to the next generation, Pluto in Capricorn, from 2008 to 2024. So we're seeing that we're rounding up that generation right now of children. And if you have a child born this year, for a few months, they're gonna actually have Pluto in Aquarius, because Pluto will ingress or move towards Aquarius, but then it's gonna retrograde back into Capricorn, making its last stand there, and then officially going into Aquarius in 2024 and staying there. 2008 to 2024, these are the children that really got hit with the pandemic the hardest. But their mission is to rebuild society. Their mission is to restructure out the institutions that are falling, that are failing, that we are seeing implode in front of our eyes right now. They're not the ones taking it down. That was Pluto and Scorpio's job. But Pluto and Capricorn are the ones who are going to take the rubble and really make new structures, new work life, new culture when it comes to work. And they're going to get back to the land in some sort of way. And we can see that as a culture, we're kind of leaning towards that. But they're the ones that are really going to hone it in and to ground it. Capricorn is a grounded earth sign. And they are born as bosses. They're boss babies. They're little grandparents running around. They have ancient souls. And they love tradition and discipline and structure. So if you're not an authoritative or a strong parent, I suggest that you do the work to become that if you have one of these children, because that is how they're going to respect you the most. That's how you're going to allow them to grow into their best selves, is if they actually have that structure. They might oppose it for a little while, but it's because they have some control issues and they want to push back to test those boundaries. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is boundaries. And yeah, they want to test those boundaries, but when you stay firm and grounded in yourself, especially if you practice what you preach, that's a big one. Because they're going to look at you and they're going to expect you to do the things that you're telling them to do. So if you can be a great model for them and you have a lot of integrity in your values, you can teach them really strong values as well. A lot of their values are going to be rooted in family. A lot of it is going to be about preserving the family and the legacy, the empire that either has already been built and started by you or previous ancestors, or if it hasn't started yet, they're going to be the ones to create a foundation and an empire for their future family, for your future family. So they're going to look at the world and they're going to say, like, all of these things are wrong. Why haven't we governed the world this way? A lot of them might turn into politicians, future governmental status individuals with high ranks, and, make a lot of money, because working hard is important for them. They do want to have money because, whatever the form of money is, right? Whether it's we turn into like a digital age really soon, or they might be the ones though to end up with the last of the earth material money, and have that kind of success before it does roll over into something new. So, one thing to give them is rites of passages. They're a generation that can really benefit from going through these rituals throughout their life, whether it be at a time like puberty, going into adulthood, and they have some kind of rites of passage to go through, right? Actually earning, which is what they like to do. They like to earn their way. And so if they earn that next stage of adulthood, it really signifies and symbolizes something important for them. This goes back to their natural traditional ways, but their tradition isn't like Santa Claus, Christmas tradition. Their traditions are rooted in deeper ancestral roots. So go back into your history and look at what was done. And if nothing was done, if you don't know what was done, create something new for them and allow them to feel in their body, like signify, especially with their body, what they're stepping into, especially that transition from, you know, young adulthood to adulthood, and then so on, right? Teach them and show them things like having a child is a rite of passage, and, you know, instill those thoughts into their mind now so that when they get there, they take it serious and they put their all into it, which they naturally will. They're going to take family life, like I said, serious. They're going to be serious about being there, and you know, they're going to call you out on your bullshit if you're not strong enough in yourself, because they're going to be very self-disciplined individuals. But you do need to help them be that way. Put them in classes and allow them to stick it through, even if they don't want to, till the end, and then they can always go on to something else, because what they're learning, they need to learn real life skills. Astrology on the internet has she's also an astrologer, and she mentioned how she noticed a lot of these children love Minecraft. And Minecraft, what is it? Building. And they learn so much from Minecraft. They learn like real things about the earth and how to, what does a house need to actually function? What does a village need to actually function? And so they're learning stuff like that. And as they get older, yeah, they can be a little rigid and impatient with their time and their energy and their spaces, but you can navigate around that, like I said, by giving them strong sets of structures when they're young, and it's going to really help them, right? So Pluto in Aquarius, this is what we're all stepping into. It starts this year 2023 and it rounds out in 2044. So obviously you see these generations take a lot of time. Now, this generation is definitely otherworldly and technically advanced, right? They are very mental and have a tendency to be a little isolated. Now, what is their mission? Their mission is to raise the consciousness of the planet and to really blend nature and technology in hopefully the most positive of ways that actually benefits humanity and benefits where we're going, what we want to see in the world, making our lives a lot easier so that we can get back to defining ourselves and living individual lives, being individuals, finding our purpose beyond a 9 to 5, right? And even beyond labor, which the Pluto and Capricorn generation will do a lot of labor, but this generation wants to take it to the next level and make it easier, right? And we will see a lot of AI be incorporated into their lives. We will see lots of different sudden things happening in the world that change things, and definitely they might be the ones to truly see humanity take a downfall, and then they're the ones who have to bring it back up, right? So we're a long way from them turning into their 30s, and it's our job to, number one, bring a lot of social time to these children, because everybody, right? Because if you're not going to have a children within this generation, or if you have another generation child and they're now going to be stepping into this time, as we saw what the pandemic has done, which was really give people space and find themselves, but it also created a lot of social anxieties for these children, and that's not really helpful. It's our job to find other like-minded individuals, especially during this time of Pluto Aquarius, because what is opposite of Aquarius is Leo, and Leo is the heart. So one thing that these kids need to be reminded of is like what humanity is at essence, what humans really are. Humans feel. We have feelings, right? They need a safe outlet to feel. You need to nurture their feelings like they are infant babies for life, right? Because they can be very detached with their feelings. They can hide it. They can act as if they have none at all. And the whole collective will be doing this as one, right? Because they'll be going through such, once again, sudden collective major shifts in the world that are going to be very difficult, to be honest. And it can create like a desensitizing experience for them in their mind, mentally, and we want to steer them back to joy and fun and connection and love and touch. They need a lot of touch, make sure to hug these children really closely, remind them of their body, remind them of how important it is to take care of their body, because they're going to need a lot of those reminders. Whereas the Pluto and Cap generation, they're just going to naturally be in tune with taking care of themselves. But the Pluto and Aquarius generation can forget about themselves, because they can basically upload their consciousness online or be so into the cosmos and what's happening far, far away that they forget about the local, right? And so you want to set up something with them locally that they're able to go out there and at least experience nature, as much as possible, connect with plants and animals. I mean, they naturally will love animals, so giving them pets, having them take care of that animal, right, will pull them out of these other internet worlds and bring them back to reality. Because if they happen to have an animal and they neglect it and it dies, they'll feel the impact of that. So them learning about these harsh realities, these extreme realities, is important. But also they do need to be self-governed, and they're very independent, so you do have to allow them to kind of create their own worlds for themselves. And they will rebel against anyone giving them a lot of authority. Unlike the Pluto Cap that will thrive with some of that discipline, the Pluto Aquarius generation is going to rebel from day one till their last days. You want them to come to you. They are stubborn, right? They're a fixed sign, very, very stubborn mentally. So you want them to come to you. Unfortunately, they probably have to exhaust a lot of their options and run themselves into a kind of dark place before they submit to coming to you as a parent and being like, I need your help, right? So it's your job to just be available to them, and once again, just bring fun to their lives. The parents of these children have a lot to learn, because they're also very ancient souls, and they're going to teach you so much. They're going to teach you so much about the future, about what children need. They're really going to lead you. All of the generations. The kids are here to lead us, right? We are here to create safe spaces for them to thrive and to learn and to experience and to play and to experiment, so they can actually come into the world and do what they're supposed to do without feeling fearful and anxious and feeling like they can't be themselves, right? So all of the kids and all of the people going through this next Pluto Aquarius long transit, we are going to be at our most strangest, at our weirdest. We're going to be the quirkiest we've ever been, and we need to learn how to not judge each other off of our habits and the way we dress and the way we look in our bodies and our hair color and whatever. This is a time where we have to let go of all of all of it. And it takes time, because as parents, what is our job is to truly just work on ourselves and once again create that space for our children so they can model that behavior. That's it. And trust me, they're smart, they're beautiful beings, and they're gonna take it away all on their own. They're here to do something specific. It's deep within their DNA and their genetics and their soul, and they already know it on a cellular level. Let them do what they gotta do. You just assist. And so thank you. That's my quick overview of these 3 generations. I hope it sparks something for you. I have a service where I read charts, and I would love to look at your children's charts. You can find my information at thecrystalmessenger.com. And reach out to me. I'm also on Instagram, and we can I would love to work even closer to helping the parents. Big part of my mission to help parents really dive in with their children, understand their needs, because of course this is just looking at the collectives, at that big picture, but every child is going to have even more specific needs. So I am definitely available if anyone is interested. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, like and subscribe, follow me on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.